Beautiful, beautiful soul. Welcome back to Ageless Crown, the place where we remind each other that our best decades aren't behind us. They're right here, right now. And honey, if you're watching this, you are already ahead of the game. Have you ever looked back and realized just how much of your precious life you spent worrying about things that, let's be honest, probably didn't deserve a fraction of that energy? I know you have. And at some point, doesn't it just feel exhausting carrying all that weight when you were never meant to carry it in the first place? But here's the good news, Queen. You get to put some of those worries down right now, today. Learning what you no longer need to carry might be the healthiest, most liberating change you ever make for your mind, your heart, and your body. And if you feel ready for that quiet, powerful shift, girl, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're talking about 5 things that simply do not need to matter as much once you hit 70. But honestly, you can start letting them go right now because you deserve peace. You deserve lightness. You deserve to wake up and breathe deep without that knot in your chest. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk like the 2 old friends we are, because that's what we are here at Ageless Crown, a sisterhood, a village, a celebration of you. All right, let's start with the big one. Number 1, what other people think of you. Now, I need you to hear me when I say this, and I mean it with all the love in my heart. For most of your life, you probably spent so much energy worrying about what other people thought. You smiled when you didn't feel like smiling. You said yes when every bone in your body was screaming no. You showed up as who everybody expected you to be instead of who you actually were. Am I right? But somewhere around this beautiful season of life, and I'm talking 70, but honestly, it can happen even sooner, something absolutely magical can happen. You realize you don't have to perform anymore. You don't have to audition for anybody's approval. You don't have to shrink yourself to make other people comfortable. And when you stop living for other people's opinions and start being more honest about what you actually want, what you actually feel, your relationships change too, for the better. And here's the truth I want you to sit with. The people who truly love you, they were never keeping score in the first place. They love you with your gray hair, your laugh lines, your honest opinions, and your beautiful, unfiltered self. And the people who were judging you, baby, they were never worth all that energy anyway. Your peace of mind is worth more than anyone's opinion. Period. Full stop. So let me ask you, my love, whose opinion are you still carrying around you need to set down today? Drop it in the comments. I promise you someone else needs to read those exact words. All right, let's move to number 2, owning more and more stuff. Now, I don't know about you, but there is a special kind of peace that comes from opening a cupboard and seeing only things you actually use or genuinely love. Not clutter, not junk, not I might need this someday, just what serves you and brings you joy. Over the years, we collect so much, don't we? Gifts we never really liked, little trinkets we put away because we felt guilty, old electronics sitting in a drawer for 20 years, and let's be honest, they're never getting repaired. And yes, even those clothes you keep saying you'll wear someday, that dress that's 2 sizes too small, those shoes that hurt your feet. At some point, Queen, it's okay to let that stuff go. You don't have to keep everything just because you've had it long time. A simpler home means a calmer mind, and a calmer mind means more room for joy, for creativity, for rest, for the things that actually matter. And honey, you don't have to clear out your entire house in one weekend. Just start with one drawer, one closet, one shelf. Get rid of what no longer serves you and give yourself a little more room to breathe. You deserve that freedom. Now, if this kind of honest, real talk about aging well speaks to your spirit, and I think it does, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a whole community right here at Ageless Crown figuring out this stage of life together, and I would absolutely love to have you with us. Don't be shy now. Tap it. I'll wait. Thank you, beautiful. I see you. Now, number 3, and this one hits close to home. your old job title. Listen, you built a career. Maybe you are a teacher shaping young minds. Maybe you are a nurse healing bodies. Maybe you are a business owner or a corporate leader. Maybe you are a homemaker who kept an entire household running like a small corporation. Whatever you did, it mattered. It still counts, and I honor that. I see that. But here's the tender truth. Your old job doesn't have to define who you are today. Sometimes holding too tightly to "I used to be" keeps us looking backwards instead of wondering what might come next. And baby, there is still so much more ahead of you. The women who seem to really come alive in their 70s and beyond, the ones who are radiant, joyful, curious, they ask themselves one powerful question: who am I becoming, instead of only asking, who was I? Maybe you want to paint again. Maybe you'd love to volunteer. Maybe you've always wanted to learn Spanish, join a book club, or finally write that book you've been thinking about for years. Your identity was never just your job title. It was your character, your curiosity, your kindness, the way you showed up for the people you loved. That part of you didn't retire. That part of you is still here, still growing, still glowing. So tell me, my love, what's something new you've always wanted to try? Share it in the comments. You might inspire someone else to finally take that leap. All right, number 4, and I know this one might sting a little, but I'm saying it with so much love. Trying to look young. Chasing youth, my darling, is a race that nobody wins. Once you're over 70, having perfect skin or looking 20 years younger doesn't need to be the goal. What matters so much more is being able to live your daily life with as much strength, independence, and comfort as possible. That's functional health. That's real beauty. That's true wealth. And honestly, there is something so much more valuable about feeling strong, capable, and comfortable in your own skin than chasing a younger version of yourself that was never meant to stick around forever. Instead of criticizing every wrinkle or gray hair, because baby, those are your crowns, take care of the body that has carried you through all these years. Your body has birthed children, held loved ones, danced at weddings, cooked meals, and carried you through grief and joy alike. It deserves gratitude, not complaints. So I want to ask you something from my soul. What is one thing your body still lets you do that you are genuinely grateful for? Maybe it's walking around the block. Maybe it's gardening. Maybe it's dancing in the kitchen. Maybe it's simply getting up and going about your day without pain. Share it in the comments. I love reading these truly, and you'll be surprised by how encouraging this little community can be. And speaking of community, if you're not subscribed to Ageless Crown yet, what are you waiting on? Tap that subscribe button, hit the bell, and let's keep growing together. You are so welcome here. And finally, number 5. This one might be the hardest, saying yes to everything. Now, I know FOMO doesn't magically disappear just because you've retired, but here's the thing, Queen. Every time you say yes to something you really don't want to do, you're also saying no to your own time, your own energy, and your own peace. And at this stage of life, your time is too precious to spend it on obligations that drain you. By this point in your life, you have attended enough events, accepted enough invitations, and done enough things simply because you felt like you were supposed to. If you don't want to go, it is okay to say not this time. You don't have to spend hours worrying that the host will be offended. Saying no isn't selfish. It's self-respect spoken out loud. And you can say it kindly, with grace, and still honor other people's feelings. But at the end of the day, your energy is yours to protect, and I want you to protect it fiercely. So here's where we land, my beautiful crowned queen. Stop performing for people who don't really matter. Stop filling your home with things you don't need. Stop defining yourself by a job you left behind. Stop chasing a younger version of yourself. Stop saying yes just because you feel guilty. What's left? You, the real you, a little calmer, a little lighter, and honestly, a whole lot more free. If even one of these 5 things hit home for you today, if you felt that little tug in your chest, then this video was meant for you. And that is exactly why I make these videos, because you deserve to live this chapter on your own terms, with your head held high and your crown firmly in place. Before I let you go, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, I would genuinely love to know which of the 5 is the hardest one for you to let go of. Tell me in the comments. Don't hold back. Someone reading your words tonight might need to hear exactly what you have to say. Your voice matters here. Your story matters. And if you found value in this video, if it made you think, if it made you feel seen, if it made you take a deep breath and exhale, then please do me a favor. Like this video, share it with a friend who needs to hear this message, comment your truth. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Ageless Crown so you never miss a moment of this beautiful sisterhood we're building. Thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for trusting me with your heart and your attention. That is not something I take lightly. You are precious. You are valuable. You are crowned. And you have more than earned the right to live light, live free, and live beautifully. Take good care of yourself out there, Queen. I'll see you in the next one.